can see we're having a little rain shower. So I thought I'd go ahead and get into a reading here briefly. Okay. And I just gotta check a couple windows and then we'll get started. And I opted today for no background music, as you can see we're getting our lovely rain shower, which we kind of need the rain right now. It's very dry. So even though you can see a big green bush out there, one of my bushes, it was already getting like pretty dry for, it's like only June. It's not supposed to start looking burn up and nasty till August. Like, we got a couple months yet, folks. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Ethereal Visions deck. All right. We are under a tornado watch, but like, there's a watch or a warning. I think it might have been a warning actually. So, if I have to break early, you'll know why. But we knew we were going to get storms today, so here we are. Thankfully, I already made my phone calls for the day, so I don't have to yell at anybody over a poor cell phone connection. It's like, it's I don't know about y'all, but it's hard for me to understand what people are saying over a cell phone, over a phone conversation. But like, I can understand, a video I'm watching. It's like, why is the sound quality for a phone call so much different? And poor at that. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, look at that. 7 of Wands. This is the exact card that I pulled from the Polk Darrow deck yesterday for the first card. So this energy is still lingering around collective, okay? But the difference in this card now is that people are starting to sit down and realize that even in a group, they cannot attack you. Yep, they're being sat down. They're starting to learn the lesson, okay? So I feel like for a lot of you, this is starting to get behind you, whatever this conflict or confrontation. The King of Swords. This is so odd, you guys. I'm not joking. Go back and look at the last reading. So the last reading I did, 7 of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Now I just pulled the King of Swords. Who are these people, right? Is this you, collective? Are you this King of Swords? And it's kind of like the King of Swords yesterday in the deck was more like explaining. This King of Swords is like, all right, I already explained it to you. Now you just get to see it and figure it out for yourself. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, again, happy birthday to the Geminis out there. So you may be a masculine Gemini energy or have that in your chart or dealing with a masculine Gemini in your collective energy. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm glad I did this reading today. Okay. Look at that. Temperance. Mm-hmm. I think somebody is glad that they are in your energy now. Okay. And this is very interesting as well because Temperance is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is opposite of Gemini on the astrology wheel. So this may be a masculine Gemini and a feminine Sagittarius. I mean, simple as that. This could be one of those situations. So air and fire, okay? You need oxygen for fire to exist, right? If you snuff out the flame, if you take away its oxygen, the flame goes out, right? And, temperance is also representative of patience, and this being in the future position, having patience of what is to come. And we think of Sagittarians as that fire, that burst of energy, but a Sagittarian also has the legs of a horse. A horse is typically running a long race, right? Horse is in the long game. How many hands does it take to even handle an animal like that? Many. Oftentimes, many. And the higher up the horse gets, the more hands it takes. So again, many hands needed, right? To do what you have done. And those folks are now sitting down because they see they cannot compete where they do not compare. So collective, let this rain be a symbol of the quenching of that fire, that thirst. Because these people have been thirsting after you. And that is what has been making this environment hot. Okay? So you coming through here playing the long game and showing up with water as a Sagittarian, and they're like, wait a second. I thought Sagittarians would be like throwing fireballs at us and blah, blah. And Sagittarius is like, That's what you would think, right? Right? Geminis understand this, being the duality, one of the signs most judged for their duality, as a matter of fact, right? Temperance also representing duality. Because you're striving towards something, but you're not there yet. But yet, look at how beautiful it is along the way, along the journey. And there we're getting a more intense rain. The farmers are going to, the real farmers out there are going to be very, very happy. Aren't they? This King of Swords could be somebody that is also well versed in legalese, contracts, things of that nature. Yeah. The truth is that the glory is yours, collective, because you've been holding up for the higher power. Okay, you're not holding it up for selfish reasons, right? And again, that's why these folks are being sat down. Wow. Wanted you to come out and reverse the sun card, and this is literally the message that I was just getting. That at one time, collective, you may be have been shrinking, hiding yourself of your truth, who you are, or letting people say shrink you. You know what I mean? But that time, yeah, the death card, very symbolic, isn't it? That time has come to a close. Again, why many of these people may now be sitting down. It's just like ripping off a band aid, though, right? Then when you let that scab breathe and you're like, oh, isn't that just like the best feeling ever, right? Once you pull that band, it's like, oh, yeah, I've been waiting. I really have been waiting to do that, right? And that means that you're on the mend, right? You're no longer in that cycle of I can't, or it's going to cost me too much, or whatever the excuse is, right? When really, collective, what it would be costing you is, yeah, what has been God given. And like God itself is saying, like, well, nice try, bro, right? Nice story, bro, but we're putting an end to that, and here I am to help you. Literally, something major is going to happen in a very positive way. Collective. 12:12 on the clock. Okay, yeah, the clock has struck. All right. Let's clarify with some other cards. I do have my GD tarot deck here that I did not get to use the other day, so we'll go ahead and clarify using this one today, which this is a standard 78. The majority of the decks I use, I do have listed some Amazon affiliate links in the main description. Also in the main description is a donation link. Although it is not required to subscribe to this channel, your subscription is appreciated. And if you are in the chat today, of course, a like on the chat is also appreciated. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber simply to like the video. And your support is 100% free. All right. Okay. Yeah, we are closed for personal readings at this time. It's the schedule varies, so, but at this time only collective readings are being permitted through this channel. So, as of the time you're watching it, right? Sometimes things change. Okay, so again, use your discernment when watching any type of informative programming. Okay, the 5 of Cups. Yeah, somebody's definitely feeling some sort of way. They could be feeling very upset about being left out of your plans. Okay, 4 of Swords. But what this has enabled you to do, collective, is take a break. You're not explaining anymore. And why would a King of Swords need to explain themselves? And to whom? For what purpose? So yeah, collective, you've waited a long time for this. And it has now come. Weird, wild stuff, right? Knight of Wands. So again, this is making you very attractive, collective, okay? Hopefully attractive to the right people, right? This person happens to have a figure painted on their locomotive here, right? This also a beautiful figure, okay? So if you're looking for beauty, if you're looking for lightness, yes, that is coming in, collective. And it won't be denied. As surely as the rain will eventually stop, the sun will come out at a certain point, right? There are some guarantees, right? Faith permitting. Testing our faith is a part of our life's journey, when sometimes we do feel completely upside down in the mishmash. The hangman. You could have felt like this for a while. Like you were stuck. Like, things weren't progressing. But yet, collective, here you are, your mind's still going, even when somebody else thought you were a goner, buried and done for, right? Because, oh, here you are once again, right? What are those old commercials that say, oh my God, look, it was on the bottom of this deck. Again, the Sun card. Can't stop, won't stop. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. Remember those old commercials? Come on, sir. I mean, come on. Death itself not stopping the life force, not stopping the spirit force. Yeah, you heard of Space Force. Have you heard of Spirit Force? Okay. Yeah, and it's cuz collective you're in a good energy of giving back. Yep. Yep. You found the sweet spot. You found it. You found it. Look, oh my God. I gotta stop this reading. Okay. So I'm getting emotional here. Yeah, this is Leo strength card. What was I talking about? August. So your strength is shining through in a lot of ways. Okay. All right. I am going to conclude this reading again. It's Scorpio, Leo, even more so with the sign card as well. But the sun is for all of us, remember, right? We have Pisces here as well with the Hangman, Sagittarius with the Temperance card, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius with the King of Swords. Please do go check out my previous reading as the Seven of Wands and the King of Swords were present. It may help pull together a backstory for you, okay, that is relevant. If not, it's just not your message today. Don't sweat it, all right? So until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye-bye.